97.3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Prime News. We're broadcasting live from our studios in Accra. I am Charles Osukume. This afternoon, Bank of Ghana announces external audit for Gold for Reserves program following reported losses of over $200 million.
This data is under audit, and we will want to wait until the audit is over. We will publish our financials by March.
Meanwhile, government settles over $1 billion of energy sector legacy debt as independent power producers pocket close to $400 million. Also in this bulletin, Ghana Police Service begins screening of shortlisted applicants today. We'll be touching base with our reporters monitoring the nationwide exercise. And later, on the Citi Prime News, slots selling rapidly as prospective patrons rush to pay for seats on the 2026 edition of Citi FM and Channel 1 TV's Heritage Caravan.
You better come around. The place is already full. I mean, people, you see only few people there, but one lady was registering for about 6 people. I'm like, if you think people are not here, you're going to miss out.
All that and more coming up on this edition of the Citi Prime News, which is heard in the Western region on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky Power 93.5 FM, both in Takrady. In the Bono region, we're on J Live 95.5 FM in Sunyani, in the Ashanti region. The Citi Prime News is live on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajevu.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
The Citi Prime News is also heard live around the world on citinewsroom.com. Let's now settle for the details of the bulletin. Now, the Bank of Ghana has announced an external audit of the Gold for Oil and Gold for Reserves programs following heavy losses. Appearing before Parliament's Public Accounts Committee, Governor Johnson Asiama disclosed that the Gold for Oil program recorded a net loss of 1.8 billion cedis, while the Gold for Reserves program incurred losses of 3.8 billion cedis in 2024. He said the audits will guide reforms to improve efficiency and support economic stabilization. Well, we will be bringing you the voice of the governor pretty shortly, but before that, the central bank has also directed financial institutions to use the Ghana card only as a form of identification for financial transactions in the country. In a revised supervisory guidance note, the BOG says the decision is intended to strengthen Know Your Customer due diligence, and anti-money laundering controls in the financial sector. There is more in the following News Desk report.
Under the new rules, all Bank of Ghana licensed financial institutions must use the Ghana card as a sole identification document when onboarding customers. This applies to Ghanaians, permanent residents, ECOWAS nationals living in Ghana, as well as foreign directors and shareholders who are account signatories. Institutions are required to verify customers biometrically and update records directly from the National Identification Authority database. The guidance also introduces stricter measures for digital and non-face-to-face banking. Financial institutions must now conduct full biometric verification, including liveness checks, for mobile and internet banking onboarding, citing increased risks of money laundering and terrorist financing. Third-party and remote transactions will also require biometric verification with proper record keeping of the verification process. For existing customers, a risk-based approach is allowed, but institutions must continuously update customer information using data from the NIA. Customers without a Ghana card or approved alternative identification for non-citizens and refugees will not be allowed to carry out financial transactions. Foreign non-residents staying in Ghana for less than 90 days are limited to specific one-off transactions using valid passports, while diplomats remain exempt.
Daniel Odromensa with that News Desk report. Let's now hear from the Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Johnson Asiama, as he announced an external audit of the Gold for Reserves program.
This data is under audit, and we will want to wait until the audit is over. We will publish our financials by March this year. When we publish it, the data for 2025 will be provided in those financials. So as I've mentioned, it's not a quick question about losses then and now. It is that these schemes were introduced to address a specific national problem. What to do going forward is how to reform it, how to make it more efficient. But going forward, our appeal is to move in a unified manner. We want everyone to get on board, to reform this better, and to sharpen its efficiency so that it supports economic stabilization, it supports our reserves build-up going forward.
You heard the voice of the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama. He was speaking at a Public Accounts Committee hearing earlier today. Well, let's stay with the central bank because it has confirmed that an amount of $10 billion have been injected into the economy since 2025 to ensure stability of the exchange rate and to build reserves. The Bank of Ghana says the intermediation involves the payment to independent power producers and bondholders. Here is the head of financial marketing at the Bank of Ghana, Ni Sowa Aholu, reacting to the development at the Public Accounts Committee sitting.
That is what we have observed in terms of the stability and the appreciation we have observed.
How much does the significant interventions translate into? That is what I know there's been significant interventions. How much does it translate to respectively?
In terms of our support for the market this year,
yes.
I would say overall it's be close to about 10 billion.
10 billion USD or Ghana cedis.
$10 billion US on the FS market.
And then on the Ghana cedi.
That should be. Remember, supporting the market would be equivalent to withdrawal of cedis. So that component will be, if we take an average rate of about 10.5 and multiply by the 10 billion, that should be somewhere around 15 billion in terms of withdrawal of cedi liquidity. That is what we have done this year.
You heard the head of financial marketing at the Bank of Ghana, Ni Sowa Aholu, speaking at a Public Accounts Committee hearing today. We'll be returning to the financial sector and government announcing the settlement of some debts within the energy sector pretty shortly. But before that, the Ministry of the Interior says it is considering extending the window for the gun amnesty program. The program, which was announced on December 1, 2025 and is scheduled to end on January 15, 2026, allows individuals to voluntarily surrender illicit firearms without facing punishment. Deputy Minister for the Interior, Ebenezer Okulite-Telabi, says the ministry is strongly considering an extension to enable more people to turn in their guns in the interest of safer gun-free communities. He made the remarks during a gun amnesty stakeholder engagement with the Ghana Airport Company and airport security agencies at the Kotoka International Airport.
I wish to assure you that the Honorable Minister of Interior is giving careful consideration to these calls. This reflects government recognition of the realities on the ground and the need to ensure that no individual is denied the opportunity to comply with the law due to lack of time, information, or access. However, while this consideration is ongoing, it is important to emphasize that the amnesty is still in effect. I therefore want to use this platform to strongly encourage all persons in possession of illicit firearms to take advantage of the gun amnesty program. Surrounding such arms is not a sign of weakness. It is a responsibility that protects families, communities, and the nation at large.
You had the Deputy Minister for the Interior, Ebenezer Oklite-Taylor. Meanwhile, Executive Secretary of the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, Dr. Adam Bona, speaking at the same engagement, warned airport officials to desist from aiding the illegal transportation of firearms into and out of the country or face the full rigors of the law.
As a month ago, about 100 plus weapons have been surrounded in the Upper West. We spent the whole of last week in the Volta region, and several hundreds of weapons have also been surrounded in the Volta region. But it is important, as part of our mandate, to meet all of you. The reason is because this is a major transit point in and out of this country. Weapons would come in, weapons would go. Weapons are flying in domestically, weapons are flying in, internationally. And sometimes they try to hide them. Sometimes with the connivance of some ground staff. The President and my Minister and Deputy Minister says I should tell you that if you are caught, the law is the law. So long as some of us are where we are together with the Deputy Minister, the Interior Minister, the last weapon and the last bullet will be retrieved in this country once it is illicit, once it's not registered.
That was the Executive Secretary of the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, Dr. Adam Bona. Let's now head to the courts. The High Court has ordered the Office of the Attorney General to file a written report justifying the continued detention of Seydou Abagre following a habeas corpus application by his lawyers. The court directed that a report be filed by January 21 and adjourn the case to January 26. Seydou Abagre is linked to the Boku chieftaincy dispute. His lawyer, Martin Kwebu, has urged calm as legal processes continue.
If there was nothing in it, if it was a foolish case, the judge would have said no, they shouldn't respond. But the second part we didn't get, which was that on that day they should bring Alhaji physically. As we stand here, it's been day 18. Day 18, 1-8. I've not seen my client. When I asked to see him, NIB declined. I asked the Minister for Interior, they declined and told me that I should go and write a letter, something that we don't do. So effectively, that's further delay. So I see it as a denial, etc. So we want to see him. I haven't seen him in 18 days, not in Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana. But that notwithstanding, I will appeal to Nairi and the subjects that they should be patient. Let's be patient. Between today and 26th, it's not much time. Okay, so I ask for calm. That's very, very important. Let's have peace. Let's have some calm. No matter what, 26th will come. Then we'll get to the bottom of this matter.
On 26th, when we come, what should we be expecting?
So that day we would argue, meaning that we are saying the detention is unlawful. It looks like from what the Republic is saying today, they don't agree that the detention is this is unlawful. So that they will argue and then the court will decide.
Martin Kwebu is lawyer for Alhaji Seydou Abagre. Meanwhile, Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Frimsheim has assured that Alhaji Seydou Abagre is in good condition and expressed his commitment to helping Martin Kwebu have access to his client.
Alhaji Seydou is in good spirit. I spent a greater part of yesterday's afternoon with him. He is very sharp in his recollection. We had conversation about his lawyer as well. And so I can assure the public and the people of Boku that Alhaji is in good spirits as well. He was with his son when I visited and had a conversation about a number of things which I cannot disclose. About today's proceedings, we chose to, this is a human rights issue as well. So we decided to step in instead of waiting to be formally served, which would prolong the matter to appear and then cut short all the processes. I think we've made a lot of progress today in court. There is some basic understanding, yet we have some of the issues we could not agree on some of the issues. One of which is the lawfulness of the detention. As you may be aware, the detention is pursuant to a court order. So that we believe constitutes the good ground. And if the court order is not lawful, as I see my learned friend argues, I think there is a way of dealing with that, and that we do not believe should be habeas corpus application. But then again, the judge has adjourned the case to 26. We will come and then conclude the matters. But in the meantime, I've just heard counsel's concern about access to his clients. That will be facilitated, and he will have access to his clients, and because the client is in touch with his family who have been there.
You are the voice of Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Trimsai. You are still listening to the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM, broadcasting from our studios here in Accra. In the northern region, the news is live on Radio Bimbila 91.9 FM. In the Upper East region, we're on Tanga 93.7 FM in Boga and Pure 100.5 FM in Navrongo. In the Upper West region, we're on Tunsung 97.3 FM in Wa and Drapa 96.1 FM in Drapa. Still ahead, Ghana Police Service begins screening of shortlisted applicants. Today, we'll be touching base with our reporters monitoring this nationwide exercise. Please stay with us. We'll be back shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
10 years of memories, 10 years of adventure, 10 years of culture and crazy good vibes. This March, we are turning it all the way up from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. 8 days, 14 regions, one legendary caravan rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. Expect non-stop fun, breathtaking views, deep cultural immersion, and unforgettable moments. This is more than a trip. It's culture in motion, adventure without limbs. Seats are limited, and this is the 10th anniversary edition. You cannot miss this. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to secure your seat. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi FM. Terms and conditions apply. The Heritage Caravan 2026. Experience Ghana like never before.
In Ghanaian parlance, Agrobesa, Efrianopa. To wit, if the festival will be entertaining, it starts from the morning. If 2026 will be amazing, it will very much depend on what we do in January. We bring you the Effective Living Series 2026 on 97.3 Citi FM with different weekly themes. Week 1, know where you want to go. Week 2, develop a plan to get there. Week 3, build capacity to get there. Week 4, take charge and soar. Tune in to 97.3 Citi FM to get a good head start on 2026. The Effective Living Series 2026 airs every weekday in January at 9:15 a.m. prompt, only on 97.3 Citi FM. The Effective Living Series is sponsored by Petra and Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Yeah, welcome back. This is the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM with me, Charles Osukumi. Let's now focus on the energy sector because the Ministry of Finance says government has resolved Ghana's long-standing energy sector debt after paying $1.47 billion by December 31, 2025. In a statement, the ministry said the John Dramani Mahama administration fully restored the World Bank partial risk guarantee by repaying gas arrears, including amounts owed to ENI and Vitol, and clearing legacy debts to independent power producers. The ministry says new budgetary controls will prevent further debt accumulation and stabilize the power sector. Well, the independent power producers, they have pocketed close to $400 million through these payments by government. We know of their previous agitations over this legacy debts. So let's speak to the CEO of the Independent Power Generators Ghana, Dr. Likplim Apetogbo, who has joined us via telephone. Good afternoon to you, Doc. Thank you for your time here on the Citi Prime News. Good news for the IPPs.
Good afternoon, Charles, and good afternoon to all our listeners. How are you doing?
I'm well, sir. I was just saying that this must come as some very good news for the IPPs.
Oh, yes. Let me say that government has been very cooperative with us. They have deep understanding of the issues that we have all along presented. So we've had good engagement, and business is always about win-win. You don't take an antagonistic posture in a negotiation or on a negotiation table. You have to come down to the level of each party to ensure you reach a meeting point. That is what we do, and that is what they have done. And I think we need to commend our ministers for the show of good leadership.
All right, sir. We know that last year there were some engagements with government to renegotiate this debt. We've been told that government had made about $300 million of savings following the renegotiation. In total, how much are the IPPs owed?
At the beginning of 2025, our accounts show about $1.82 billion US. Out of that, we have given up or forgiven about 300 million, as you mentioned, in the renegotiation. So that brought the actual debt to about 1.5 billion. And last year, from June up to the end of the year, government has disbursed close to 400 million. So I can say we have about 1.1 billion to go. It's a process, and I believe government is committed to it to ensure full settlement.
Well, I mean, that's that's a lot of money. Is there a clear pathway that government has provided you on how it is going to settle the arrears?
Oh yes, we had an understanding as part of the renegotiation that this debt will be settled within 3 or 4 years. So we are okay with that. We believe this year too similar thing will be done, and within 3 years or 4 years it will be fully settled. Like he mentioned, they want to prevent further accumulation of debt. So they are very strict on ensuring that ECD collects more revenue and the cash waterfall ensure accurate and fair disbursement of the revenue collected. The target is to ensure 100% settlement of the invoices that are presented every month. So if this is committed to, we don't expect an accumulation of debt again.
All right, Mr. Apete, well, before I let you go, can you commit to us that we will not experience threats from your organization that you're going to shut down your plans in the future?
With the direction we are going, I don't expect that to happen. We do not take delight in that. It was a compelling situation that warranted those situations in the past. But with this kind of cooperation, I don't expect that to happen.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Elikplim Apetogbo. He is the CEO of the Independent Power Generators Ghana. Let's now move to the police recruitment process because day one of the selection process is currently underway at Sunyani Jubilee Park in the Bono region. Applicants have been urged to remain disciplined and conduct themselves properly throughout the exercise. Now, our Bono regional correspondent, Michael Sapon-Fum, has joined us on the line with more on this. Good afternoon to you, Fum. How is the process been since morning? We know of the incidents that happened with the military recruitment at Elwak. Tell us about the process at Sunyani.
Thank you very much. The recruitment process is taking place at the Sunyani Jubilee Park. It started at exactly 7 a.m. It has been incident-free, well-organized. The police had canopies for the applicants. Early in the morning, they were also served, the applicants were served with snacks, and it was well-organized. As at 10 a.m. today, 368 applicants have been taken through the process. 2 batches for today in the afternoon, for midday this time, 17 of the applicants will also be taken through the process, and it will end on Wednesday. So far, it has been peaceful, just well organized compared to what happened in Accra.
Okay.
Well organized, and the process has been excellent. The applicants have also comported themselves very well, and the Bono PRO of the Ghana Police Service, Chief Inspector Thomas Akere, has admonished other applicants who will be coming subsequently within the week to also comport themselves. So generally, it has been peaceful here in Sunyani.
All right, thank you very much. Michael Sapon-Ifum is Bono Regional Correspondent. Let's now head to the Ashanti region. Our Middle Belt Bureau Chief, Hafiz Tijani, is joining us on the line. Hafiz, Ifum is telling us that the process has been peaceful so far in the Bono region. Can you say same for the Ashanti region?
Well, it's the same here at the police depot at Patasi, where the applicants have been grouped in sessions. So today it's only for the applicants who are coming in with the degrees, HND, and other medical professionals who have been grouped here. So we have the first session that is for the morning, and also the second one that is for the afternoon session. So the morning session is almost over, and those who have been given the schedule today to come for the afternoon session are also arriving here, taking their seats to take turns in the process. So today is for the documentation and also the body selection. And we are told that this exercise would complete or will be completed on Wednesday. That is when the mop-up will be done. Then they will continue for other centers within the Ashanti region for those who are having the WASI certificate.
All right. I mean, how many applicants are expected within the 3-day period?
Well, the police is not able to give us the exact number, but for today, they say they are doing about 2,000 for today. That is for the morning and afternoon sessions. Then, when they do the mop-up, they are able to give out the real figures.
All right. Thank you very much, Hafiz. Hafiz Tijani is Middle Belt Bureau Chief. Reporting from Kumasi, where the police has begun the selection process for applicants into the service. Let's now move on away from the police service, and slots are filling fast for the 10th edition of Citi FM and Channel 1 TV's Heritage Caravan Road Trip following the announcement of travel package cost. The 8-day tour, scheduled for March 1st to 8th across 14 regions, forms part of the station's Heritage Month activities. Now, speaking to Citi Breakfast Show, Head of Events and Partnerships, Frema Edunyame, says the anniversary edition will introduce a special twist to the itinerary.
So we leave Accra on the 1st of March.
Day
one of March, we are leaving.
Right.
You know, so the Heritage Caravan is the first event that kickstarts our Heritage Month. So it's always in the first week of March.
So that's a Sunday.
So this year we move on Sunday. We come back on Sunday, which is the 8th of March. And for the first time, I'm excited to announce that we will be staying in the northern region for 2 nights.
Wow.
You know, the caravan always comes in 2 packages. So we have the single occupancy, we have the double occupancy.
Good.
So for the single occupancy, that is, if you want to be in the room alone, you are paying 19,500 Ghana cedis. If you want to come in and share the room with another person, which is the double occupancy, it's 15,000 cedis per head.
You are the Head of Events and Partnerships here at Citi FM and also Channel 1 TV, Frema Edunyame. Meanwhile, less than 24 hours after the announcement, some early registrants have been trooping into the premises of Channel 1 TV to make their payments, and they have been sharing their expectations.
You better come around. The place is already full. I mean, you see only few people there, but one lady was registering for about 6 people. I'm like, if you think people are not here, you're going to miss out. So if you really want to come, please just ask permission and come.
Most times when people hear the soda, they are like, oh no, it's not true that it's a hype. Please, it's not hype. If I have been on it for 3 times and this will be my 4th, and I still came this early to pay, you have no excuse to be at home.
Before me go out, because even though I was more like the first physical person to register, I know that people are.
You had some registrants for the 10th edition of the 2026 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV's Heritage Caravan. That will be all for this edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Accra. For more news, log on to our website, citinewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for listening.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.